Okay, I'm here on the Family Search website, and first I want to show you how to create an account. You'll just come over here to the far right and click Create Account. And from there are a few options on how to create your account. If you have a Facebook account, a Google account, an Apple account, or an account with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you can use one of those to create your account for Family Search. Or you can come down here and you can create an account that is just for Family Search. You can enter your name, birth date, a username, a password, email, and click where you need to down here, and then go ahead and click Done, and that will create your account. Okay, so back here on the Family Search webpage, once you've created an account, you'll want to know how to sign in, and that's really simple. Just over here on the far right, you'll click on Sign In, and then you'll choose the method that you used to create your account to log in. So if you used Facebook to create your Family Search account, you'll want to click on the Facebook icon here and log in through Facebook. The same goes with Google and Apple and with your church account as well. Or if you created a username and password, you would enter those here and then click Sign In. I use my church account to log in, so I would just go ahead and click on this church icon, and then I would enter in my username and password for my church account. So I'll just enter my username, click Next, enter my password, and click Verify. And there you go. It's that simple to get logged into your account.
After you sign in to Family Search, on the home page, head to the top menu. Click Family Tree and then Tree. In the beginning, your tree will look like this. Family Search automatically adds your name to the tree when you create an account. In your case, it would be your name, the year you were born, that you are living, and your unique ID. To add a parent, click the plus sign next to Add Father or Add Mother. We'll start with Add Father. Go ahead and add the information. If you are unsure of any information, such as date of birth, you can leave that filled out for now and add it later. The important thing is to get started. Remember, any living people you add can only be viewed by you. Go ahead and click Next. When adding a living person, always click Create Person. This is because living people are not made public. Therefore, you will not find any match already on Family Search. There, you have added your father. Go ahead and add your mother. There, father and mother added. The next step would be to add your grandparents. The best thing to do when starting your family tree is to add as many people as you can from living memory. Meaning, if you remember the names of your grandparents, their birth dates, or even birthplace, you can add them. It doesn't have to be your living memory. It can be any of your family members, such as your parents or grandparents. Once you have added all the people from living memory, then you'd start exploring records provided by Family Search and other sources to discover more generations and add them to your tree. Welcome to today's episode on how to add children and siblings. Go to the person page of the person to whom you want to add children and siblings. On the details part of this person's page, head to the family members section. There, you can easily add children in the spouse and children column by clicking the drop-down menu arrow next to children, and then click the plus sign. And to add siblings, do the same in the parents and siblings column. welcome to today's episode on how to add a photo to a person. In the person page of the person to whom you want to add a photo, click Memories. In Memories, go to the Photos section and click Upload Photo to upload from your device. If you already have a photo in your account's gallery and want to attach it to this person, just click Select from Gallery. Once the photo is added, it will say Processing. All photos uploaded are checked and approved by monitors. While it's processing, you can click on the photo and add tags and other relevant information. You can edit these at any time. Below the photo, there is also an option to record audio related to the photo. This can be great for storytelling and enriching this memory. The more information you add to a photo, the richer the discovery experience for future generations will be as they learn about their ancestors.
Go to the App Store on your main screen if you have an iPhone, or go to the Play Store if you have an Android phone. Go to FamilySearch.org or Family Search Tree. Either one will get you there. It will look like this, and this is what the icon looks like on your phone desktop. You will use the same username and password as on your computer for Family Search, or create one if you don't have one. Once the app is downloaded and you've signed into Family Search, it will open up with your tree with you as a root person. Just to help us remember where the menus are, on the iPhone, everything is on the right. The 3 dots at the top have functions that deal more with the individual, and the 3 dots on the bottom have to do with general functions or the main menu. On the Android, most of the functions are found at the top. The main menu for general functions is found by tapping on the 3 bars at the top left, and the individual functions are under the 3 dots on the top right. So tapping on an individual on your tree, everything you would find on the details page or across the top here divided into 6 sections. You're looking at the details page here. Here you can see Jane Victor Duke's spouse and children. You can touch the plus sign to add a child and a spouse here. Touching a pencil with a circle allows you to edit the fact or edit the relationship of that person. Touching here allows you to see his parents and siblings. You can edit a fact here or edit the relationship here. Tapping on sources to see his sources. The phone does not have a source box as of now. Touching the plus sign will allow you to search records, add a source with a web page, or add a source with a photo. If I touch search records, it will bring up a box that asks me if I want to search Family Search or Ancestry, My Heritage, or Find My Past, and you can search directly from these partner sites. Under Ordinances, I can see the ordinances that have been done or not done for this person. Go into Memories and touch the green plus icon. I will add a photo first. Photos and documents are added just the same. Touch Add Photo. I want to add the picture on the right to my Family Search memories, so I can choose from my camera roll, but I'm going to take a picture of my picture. Tap the camera. I can retake the picture or use it. After I tap on Use Photo, the next screen gives me the opportunity to crop it or rotate it. Then tap on Save. And that's it. It will also be on your computer in Family Search as well. You would want to add a title here, and you could add a 5-minute story to this picture by tapping on the microphone. If there were more than one face in the picture, tap on this person icon and then tap on the face, and this circle comes up. Move it with your finger to frame the face and tap on Add a Name, and it will pull up a list from everybody in your tree, and you can tap on the desired name. After you have identified everyone, tap on Done. I will add an audio recording next. The program gives you some ideas of things to talk about if you want to use them, or you can just touch on Begin Recording. Touch Start, keep it under 15 minutes, then touch Done when finished. Give your audio recording a title either by typing it or touching the microphone and dictating the title. Tap OK. Next, I will type on Write Story. Type in your story and give it a title. If you didn't want to type it, tap on the microphone and dictate it. You could also tap here to add up to 10 pictures. After you finish, tap Save. After you finish your story, tap on the people icon found in any of the memories. A list will come up with all the people in your tree, and you can select other people you want to have this story added to their memories. One tap on Hannah Mary Coble quickly adds and saves this story to her tree also. To change or delete any memory, touch the memory and bring it to the foreground. Touch the 3 dots on the top right corner. This screen pops up and you can edit the title, add event details, delete or report abuse. If you did not put this memory in, you cannot delete it. You can only add some event details. If it violates your privacy or you have some objections to the memory, contact the contributor. If no response, contact Family Search or you can report abuse. Notice it gives a contributor on all the memories so others could contact them if they had questions or more information to share. Tap under the name to view your relationship to them, email them, or send a message through Family Search. The request to view your relationship with a contributor has to be enabled in Settings, which I will show you in a minute. Here you can see all the memories we have added. You can sort your memories here just to see stories or just to see audio recordings and so forth. I will show you some other nice features. Touching the green check mark under Task on the iPhone or on the Android, touch the 3 bars at the top left, then touch the words Ancestors with Task. Show ancestors that either need temple work done or hints to attach. The eye at the top right on the phone will show you what the colors mean. If I click on a blue circle, I can add a hint or a source. Here is a marriage record for Isabella Carnes and George Johnston. Tap on Compare to view your record on Family Search with the information on the marriage record. If it is a good record of your ancestor, tap on Yes, Attach. The next screen asks me if I wanted to attach it to George also. I said yes. On the screen above, it is showing me that this source is now attached to both the bride Isabella and the groom George. On the iPhone, touching on the temple icon will bring up your reservation list, or you can tap on Ordinances Ready to have the temple find names for you. To get this same screen on the Android, tap the menu bar, then tap Temple. If I wanted to print this ordinance from my phone, this is how I would do it. I would put a check mark beside Agnes Gertrude King, for instance, so I can seal her to her parents. Put a check mark beside her name and touch on Take to the Temple. Touch Sealing to Parents, then touch Continue. If you are somewhat close to a wireless printer, you can print out the cards right from your phone. Or I can take this number to the temple and they can print it out for us. Touch on the View Cards to print it out. Touching the three dots will bring up this white bar, then touch on Share. Here you can send it to other places or print it out. I will touch Print. On the next screen, touch Printer to select the right one, then it brings up the rest of the options. I would select single-sided black and white for this project, then tap Print. On the iPhone, touching on Recents will show the last 50 people you have visited in Family Tree. On the Android, to see the last 50 people you visited, click here to see your list. I will now talk about the things found on the main menu bars, touching on the three dots on the bottom right on the iPhone, or the three bars at the top left on the Android. Touch Search Historical Records. This screen comes up. I can insert information to find records for a certain ancestor. It's the same menu bar for both phones. Tap on Find a Person. Search for a person that is in your tree or a person given to you by Temple Ready. Go in and see their memories. You can search by name or by personal identification number. This is a fun activity for a group of friends. Go into Relatives Around Me. If you and others around you sign into Family Search and go into Relatives Around Me, you can scan for friends. You will all be able to see how you might be related to each other. You have to be around 100 yards of each other. We will now go to Map My Ancestors. It brings up a screen with blue dots showing where your ancestors lived and how many of them lived there. Touch a dot and it shows the places that ancestor lived during their lifetime and where they were born and died. Assuming all this information, of course, is in your tree. Going into Family History Activities, you can learn all about yourself. Take a selfie and compare your face to your ancestors. Put your face in the costumes of the day. Under In-Home Activities, you will find many more ideas that you can do as an individual or as a family, and you can share them with others. Under Messages, you will get messages under 4 categories on the computer, but on the phone at this present moment, they are all thrown in together. The number 21 is how many messages I now have. So you will get messages on completed ordinances, new records that have been added, reservations that are expiring soon, and messages from other users. Tap on Settings. Here you can turn off or on temple ordinances, see where they lived under Show Maps and Find, enable relationship viewing, allows other contributors to see how you are related to them. You can enable multiple screens, or you can download your 6th generation pedigree to the app for offline viewing. On the iPhone, it is a multiple screens. This is the multiple screens icon for quickly moving back and forth between screens. Touch here to see all your screens. This shows I have 3 screens open. Touch the plus sign to add more screens. Move through the different screens by swiping sideways. Touch the red X and you can delete that page. On the Android, tap Screens in the main menu to add screens. This icon shows there are 3 screens open. Tap on the vertical bars to see your different screens, and you can close them here. Continuing in the main menu, tap on Help. I can get help from Family Search by going into Frequently Asked Questions and/or type in a question, or contact them, or give app feedback, or see what is new. Help Someone allows you to sign in to Family Search on behalf of someone else to see his or her tree and offer help. You must have their username and their helper number found under their name. Helper Resources accesses a consultant planner. You can invite someone from your ward or stake, add by email, or add by adding a helper number. If you tap on Add from Ward or Stake, it will automatically bring up a list of people from your ward or stake to choose from. On the iPhone, tap on the 3 dots at the top right to bring up this menu. Tap on More to bring up this menu. You can see this menu has more to do with the individual. View your relationships, see duplicates, see changes, and so forth. On the Android, you can also tap the 3 dots at the top right to bring up the same functions.
What is Family Ordinance Opportunities? Essentially, it's a fan chart that's been developed to really help you focus in and find ordinances for your ancestors. Okay, it provides a listing for the descendants of each of your ancestors, and it'll tell you on that list the people who are ready or almost ready to be reserved. And who's this for? Well, there's one catch to it, one caveat, that you really need a tree that's full, or at least a partially full tree. Part of your tree needs to be able to go back 6, 7 generations and have at least 1 or more generations of descendants. If you don't have a tree, it's not going to work. If you have a tree, the more tree you have, the easier it works. And how many descendants are reviewed? There is no limit on ancestors. It'll take you back as far as you want to go back, but coming down from whoever you pick to be the beginning point for the showing of descendants, it'll come down 4 generations at a time. And then if you want to see more, there's a way to do that, and we'll show you that. And then there's little numbers in green circles on this particular fan chart. And those numbers represent supposedly the approximate number of descendants of the couple who have incomplete or nearly ready to reserve ordinances. Now, I think one of the reasons there's a disconnect between the number and what you will see is that you're only going to see down 4 generations. And this number, I think, will take you all the way down to the present. So if it says there's 100, you're never really ever going to see 100, because some of those will be people that are more recent. And so I've kind of explained that here. According to their official comments, they say the results you see are filtered. You should only see those who have at least one source, no possible duplicates that are known, and are over 110 years old. Now, that's not always true in every case, because I have seen descendancies where people are inside the 110-year rule. So it doesn't always work that way. Plus, you got to realize this is pre-Family Search Lab material, so it's going to have some issues in it. And there may be occasional times when it's not available. So if you log into it and it doesn't come up, wait a little while, try again, and you'll probably be able to use it. Okay, using it. Essentially, once you sign into it, which you will find at this URL, and you're going to have to use this URL. There's no other way to get to it that I know of at this point. So it's at familysearch.org/EN, which means English, /campaign/family-ordinance-opportunities. And remember, if you don't get this written down while you're watching this in time, you can always go to our videos and watch it again, and we'll show you a way to get a link to a PDF of the slides that you're seeing. So you use that link, and what I do is I've saved it to my favorites. So now I can just go to it anytime I want by just going to my favorites on my browser and pulling it up. But this is what will come up after you sign in. And this chart has these little numbers, and they're in between the couple that are on the chart. So they're between a husband and a wife, and they're telling you how many people in that descendancy might have an opportunity for you to take a name to the temple. Okay, so that's what you find in the circles. You can go, and this is like a normal fan chart. If you want to rearrange the chart, you can pick somebody on here and go to their little fan chart on their box and move them to the primary position on the screen. And then it'll show their ancestors. And doing that, you can work yourself back in time as far as you want to go. You can also switch over to your spouse if you have an undivorced spouse by just clicking on your spouse's link at the bottom of the screen, and it'll show you their pedigree chart. And you're able to do those names yourself now, because since they redid all the relationship information back in January, you now show related to your spouse's family, your undivorced spouse's family. You can also, as a last opportunity here, just pick the ID for anybody in the tree and go to them. Remember, you're not going to be able to reserve anything unless you happen to be related to the people you're picking from. So it's not going to do you any good to just go any place. You need to go somewhere in the tree where you're related to the person that you're putting on there. Okay, so now after you click on that little circle, a screen's going to pop up, and at the top of it's going to look something like this. It's going to tell you in real small print the name of the couple that you're starting with. In this case, Anna Maria Fischel and John Mummert. It's then going to show you the ordinance status that you're set for right now. And the default is you're looking at any ordinances that are in their descendancy that are available. And if you click on that, you're going to see a filter, and we'll be talking about that on the next slide. You also can open this up in a new tab. If you want to save prior screens, you can open up in a separate tab. And so it begins with the first of the four generations, which are the parents, the people that you picked on. In this case, they're both complete. Then it shows you their children and spouses. I believe they had about 10 kids, because there were 19 people that are completed. And so you're not going to see them, because when it shows all ordinances, it's only going to show people that have ordinances that are ready, or people who are showing that they need more information. So in this case, 19 were completed, and one is reserved but shared ready. In other words, it's one of these that has been shared with the temple in the children's level. And then below there, you would start seeing individuals in a list. And so what I've done is I've just selected 4 to show you the various different things you're going to see when you're under any ordinance. And so what you're going to see here is you will see some green temples, such as Gladys, who shows temples that are pure green, which means they're ready for reservations right now. You will see some like Nicholas has here with the clock, meaning they're ready to reserve. Somebody else has shared them with the temple. You may see some dark blue, which is names or reservations that you have reserved already. And so in this case, I've already reserved most of Frida's work, except for her sealing to spouse. And over here on Gladys, I've done her sealing to parents. Over here on Gladys, I've reserved her sealing to spouse, but I haven't done her yet, haven't reserved her yet. And then you'll see what they call yellow and I call orange, which are the needs more information people. So you will see some of them. And then you'll see boxes after each person. And the request ones are on the people who have ordinances that can be requested. So if you click request, it'll take you to the screen where you can do the requesting. Or in the case of Eleanor, where she has some that are needing more information, you can click view details and it'll take you to her ordinances and allow you to see why it's yellow. Well, it's really fairly simple. And in this level, where you're only showing the people that need ordinances, it's essentially the descendancy chart minus all the people that are done, which makes it really nice because you don't have to filter through hundreds and hundreds of people that are already done. You are able to focus in on the people that need something done, in this case, either ordinances to do or records that need to be checked for a reason or another. Okay. So, also, when you're looking at the people there, if you click on Eleanor's name, you'll go to the little screen that comes up where you can pick to either see her person page or her pedigree, or you see the little symbol there, which represents descendants. I can go to Eleanor's descendants and start a whole new 4-generation chart of descendants by clicking on that little symbol. And we'll show you how that can be useful. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about those filters. Okay, I've shown you here where Jacob Mummert and Elizabeth Stump have at least 100 descendants, supposedly. So, right now it's set for any ordinances. If I click on that, I get this drop down. It can be changed to all family members. What that in effect does is it undoes the good that this program has done by filtering out all the finished people and showing you only the ones that aren't finished with the ordinances, and puts all the finished ones back in the list in case you should want to see how much of this descendancy is already done. Well, that's what all family members represents. The default is any ordinances, but you can pick any specific ordinance. So let's say you want to do an endowment and you don't have an endowment available for you. Okay, you click on endowment, and immediately what it does is it goes to the list for Jacob and Elizabeth, and it finds that there are 16 people in that list that need their endowment done. They're at the point where the endowment's the next ordinance to do. It's not just anybody that has an endowment to do, it's the ones where the next ordinance to do is the endowment. And you don't see that here because I cut it off to be able to blow this up. Now, as soon as you've clicked endowment, though, you also get a secondary filter. You can leave it for all, which would give you all 16, both male and female, or you can pick which one you want. And so in this case, if I clicked male, it would then go from 16 ordinances, in this case, down to 7. And it would show me all the people that needed, males that needed an endowment next. And in this case, all the ones that you're seeing have already been reserved by somebody else and shared with the temple. But that's okay because you can grab those and do them.